Okay. Power flashed on us.
Oh, did it? I don't know what happened. I was up there. Got a little bit more to get up. I'm hanging up clothes.
There we go.
Oh, which one is the channel?
That one?
This one?
Yeah. You can use it and pick a TV app, and if you need help, come back and holler at me. Sorry about that if you guys are already tuned in. Yeah, the power, it wasn't that fun. Shut my Wi-Fi down. Just my luck, right? Kibosh the whole thing. Space Nut coming in with another super chat. Man, thank you. Space Nut coming in with another super chat. All right. I think we're back. I think we're good to go. Let's get back to carving. Sorry about the interruption, guys. I apologize. I don't know what happened there, but our power decided to blink. It does that every once in a while for reasons unknown. And it's not any of the wiring in the house. But for some reason, the power grid over here likes to reset itself every now and then. I certainly apologize. But we are back. Space Nut, thank you again for the super chat. I certainly appreciate it. As you guys return, I would like to humbly ask if you would consider doing so. I do offer memberships on your phone. I believe if you back out of the comments, you'll see a join button. And that join button will let you become a member of the channel. It's actually, I tried to make it really affordable. I think that the starter level is only like $2. I mean, it's definitely something I think is approachable. And the more people that I have that are doing that, the more it allows me to gather that up cumulatively and bring a lot more to the table for you guys. Pine's out playing golf. Good to see you, friend. Another one of the wonderful members of the channel. Pine, you ain't playing golf with Moyoc, are you? As I understand it, Moyoc empty your damn billfold. Progress at wallowing out the center of this log is coming pretty well, I think. He's too good for me. That's what I hear. I heard Moyoc get you on the golf course and you'll be looking for where you lost your britches. And he probably won them from you about the 14th hole. That's the way I hear. Because your wallet is empty, your bar tab is maxed out, and he's all he's got left to take from you is your clothes. Let's get you down here so you guys can see what's going on. As you can see, continuing to make some pretty hardcore progress getting this thing walled out. I think I want to get down to maybe about here, and then I can start thinking about details and where I need to start avoiding making cuts. All right. We're just going to keep on keeping on. Does it make it sound like a scream? That's hilarious. Yes, we are, Norm. Welcome back. My hatchet technique has probably got Lions losing his fucking mind over there. Right? Deep British narrator voice. Need David Attenborough doing this shit. The old withered log demands to be relieved from its decrepit state to become something artistic and beautiful at the hands of the craftsman. And such is the way of nature. Beautiful and majestic. All right. Ooh, I'm going to switch to a smaller chisel. Give my shoulder a bit of a break. Like many of those I know in the chat, I have a blown out rotator cuff, so most times I can only get so far before it starts raising hell on me. This is coming out pretty smoothly. Knock on wood. If you're just joining us and you haven't done all the things, I'll ask you to do all the things like all the other channels do. Hit the like and the doodly doo, and if you hit the subscribe, I promise I will not hold it against you. Somebody do a subscriber check. Am I any closer to 1,000 yet? Last time I knew I was at 970 something. $977. So all I need is 23 beautiful loving souls that have not done so to consider giving me a little bit of a support. Say, hey, you know what, Mike, I got you. You keep making stuff and we'll keep making it happen. If you did end up subscribing, do me a favor, go find one of my videos. Leave a comment on that video telling me you did so. And I have zero problems subscribing back to you and what you're up to. I love making new friends and I love to see other people making things. As I go, I got to start considering how to rough out these sides so that I start getting the mountain slopes that I'm thinking of. I hope this makes sense what I'm about to say, but my plan is to wallow this out in the center so I got a valley in the middle to make a diorama that's almost reminiscent of like a Bob Ross painting, maybe. A little field, maybe a little fence, a little cabin standing in the field. A nice little country scene. Maybe try to get real audacious with it. See if I can carve a windmill in the yard. Oh, that'd be hell in a handbasket, wouldn't it? Because the way I see it, the windmill wouldn't be about maybe that tall. Little bitty guy. But I think it's a fun challenge. I think it would be cool to do. I'm going to check something real quick. But then I can't help but think, these country folks, maybe somebody that has a ranch, it would be a cool conversation piece of art, rustic folk art, that they'd like to have displayed in their house. Or looks like a duck. Am I carving a duck? No, you look like a duck, Ricker. You're the one swimming all the damn time. How the hell are you, John? Happy Sunday to you, friend. This last flood brought mud with it. Did you get it out yet, or you still buried up? About to head to work. Bring me with you. Awesome. Thanks, Dylan. Go tell all your coworkers to subscribe to my Y'all keep Ricker in your thoughts, man. I joke a lot, but he's having hell right now. All them floods you keep asking me about, you should be asking Ricker. He's the one getting his ass handed to him over there. Hold on a second. I'm going to go get my drink. You'll probably hear me walking through the house. Sit tight while I grab my beverage. Oh, goodness gracious. On days like today, which I think our high is supposed to be 101, which means 101 in the shade. It actually out in the sun would be closer to 105, 106. Hydration is going to be key. Michaela, good to see you. Love that you're here, dear. Appreciate it. Mark progress. We're getting a ways in there. I think that, let's give it a pencil line. I think right around here. I think right around there is where I want to call it. So I ain't got too much farther to go. We'll keep using all the stupid tools I can throw at it. Next one, Sawzall. Yo, VIP. Let's kick it. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's working out well. We're back to big old chunks. Oh, wow. I remember the Wakashane. It's a twofer. Good man. Ooh. Big ups to the neighbor for pulling a double. Now he has to get the double walk of shame home. But on that last one, whew, good form on catching the double, but a little rough on the appearance of the last one. You might have to settle for the bronze. When I was younger, we used to refer to that as mopeds. Might be a lot of fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on it. Did I say that out loud? I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. 978, let's go. $978 beautiful freedom-loving souls that have decided they don't want to listen to somebody tell them that you're not authorized to repair what you have. Or worse yet, you're not smart enough to do so. Because if I built it, then I can fix it. And if I built it, you can't tax it. You can't put a tariff on it. You can't hit it with inflation. Kind of see where I'm going? I appreciate and I love the 978 beautiful freedom-loving souls that have decided they want to make stuff or they want to support making stuff. I wonder if the one gutter downspout which goes underground is hooked to the basement dam drain. Y'all seen what happened at Eastman Credit Union, Johnson City? I'm afraid to say I have not, friend. Tell us all about it. Okay. I'm starting to slow down for 2 reasons, if I'm being honest. Number one, the heat is climbing, which is making it pretty hellified. And I'm starting to get into the heart pith, which is always fun. Oh my. Hashtag keep your pants on. Kevin, good to see you, friend. I have a big ass log. And this big ass log, I'm going to carve out a little valley right here with a couple of mountain slopes. Put a prairie right here in the middle with a little fence and a cabin. At least that be the plan. Let's get a little different saw. That sawzall is only making it so far. The biggest freaking wood cutting hacksaw you ever seen in your life. Look at this honking monster. Yeah, baby. Let's go to work. I didn't intend to cut this log with this saw. I just wanted to show it off because I think it's damn hilarious how comically huge this stinking thing is. Isn't that nuts? That's the weirdest freaking saw I ever seen in my life. That thing is a beast. Here, let me do it this way. Look how big it is compared to me. What the hell is this even for? You know? Damn. I think they were taking limbs off with this sumbitch during the Civil War. I'm stalling because I'm getting tired. That's all right. We're going to make it. By the time all of it's said and done, I will most definitely call this a labor of love. Because as strange as it sounds, I really do love what I'm doing right now. Kevin, I think I can answer that. If Ricker doesn't fast enough, I think he's got a drain that runs out to a slope that goes back to the creek, if I understand it right. But then the problem is the creek is swole. So there's probably nowhere for that basement water to go. Ricker, you keep your head up, man. Literally and figuratively. We've all had the storms come down on us. And the only way that's going to be weathered is through some resolve. And through a community of people who got you like us. We got you, bud. You guys do me a favor. Help us get Ricker to 500. As soon as you do that, then Ricker can have super chats and members and stuff like that that'll help him be able to recoup some damn losses. Hell, he might even be able to afford to pay Bar. He might be able to afford to pay Bobby. Recovery Life, good to see you, friend. I love Recovery Life's channel. He's documenting his comeback. The comeback that so many of us are familiar with, either in ourselves or someone we love. Has fallen down that rabbit hole of addiction. I think it's brave as hell that he's sticking it out there for God and everybody to see. Not to make claims or disavow anything like alcoholism or substance abuse, but every one of us, I think, especially as country boys, we can all admit to that time where we decided there wasn't nothing better to do than to climb in the bottom of a bottle for a while. And 9 times out of 10, if you did end up climbing to the bottom of a bottle for a while, the last thing you feel like doing is telling God and everybody about it. But talking about it is how the hell you get through it. Talking about it is how the hell you help other people get through it. So they may get down to see the bottom, but they don't hit the bottom. And another word on that, though. Having been in the Army, I could tell you I've seen a lot of tough sumbitches who thought they were flying high and didn't realize that the bottom was a hell of a lot closer than they thought it was. Needless to say, y'all go show them some love. if for no other reason, if you're not even struggling with substance abuse, or you're not struggling with recovery from addictions, or let's say you're not even any of those people, or let's say you are and you don't want to admit it. I don't give a damn. You don't have to admit it. There may be one thing that he says. There may be one thing that somebody in his chat says or does that ends up giving you the tool to help out somebody who needs it. I blistered the hell out of my hand. I need to pop that damn thing. There we go. I've been gripping way too hard on this mallet. My chisel is sharp, so I didn't need any of the oomph that I was putting on this damn mallet. Pop, you sack of shit. Well, I got it up and lifted, so let me get a pair of wire cutters and cut that son of a bitch open. By the way, don't do anything I do. There we go. It certainly doesn't take long for someone to slip and find out they're a hell of a lot closer to the bottom than they thought they were. And when they have that epiphany, when they realize how many years they've been flying so damn close to the ground, when they always thought they were at 10,000 feet. It's fine, says Rickard. This is fine. Everything will be fine. That was a good, significant piece of progress. I just ought to show you. Needless to say, I got a chunk out of there that time. I think we discovered a process makes this go a hell of a lot faster. Hell yeah, that's going a hell of a lot sicker. I'm going to switch hands. Show a little bit of compassion on my blister. I'd show you on camera, but if you've ever had a water blister from running a tool for too long, well, then you'll know you can feel it a hell of a lot quicker then you can see it, and it's not particularly visible at this point. Well, that's a good question, Recovery. And we got a few reasons for it. Number one, I think that a chainsaw would be a bit of overkill, given that I'm just about to the point where I wanted to be. Second of all, there may be viewers that either can't afford, are afraid of, or for another circumstance want to do something like this. But a chainsaw isn't in the cards for them. And thirdly, doing it with a chainsaw just ain't near as much fun for y'all. Chainsaws are just the right amount of kill. Well, yeah. And then we got watching 15 beautiful souls. And as somebody who creates, is a maker of things, it is refreshing and it is fun. Hi, Skadooby. To buck convention and do things a different way, because you might discover something you didn't know before. I bet you $1. There isn't too many carvers that consider taking after a log with a sawzall. But damn if it ain't garnering results. Everything I want to do with the channel, it's kind of bucking convention some. How many of you who make things will go to YouTube to try to figure out how to do something, and one of two things ends up happening? Either you run into some bitch with a $150,000 shop and you ain't got nothing but a chisel and a sawzall, or they turn you on to a process that for reasons of any number doesn't particularly work for your situation. But then the more you investigate these creators and their respective content about how to do something, they're all just echoing the same damn thing over and over again. And about the 5th or 6th video, you literally want to scream at your phone or scream at the TV and say, damn it, I don't want to do it that way. I want a different way. So let's go investigate a different way. One that doesn't require a damn chainsaw. we are making some pretty quick progress now that we got that crosscut thing going on. We'll put another slit here. Ricker does have an incredible beginner series. I mean, look at the size of the stuff that we're getting off of there now. It's my humble opinion that if we're not going fast enough blowing off pieces that big, well, then we're just being impatient. That's sweetie recovery. I can tell you, in all honesty, that having ADHD, bad as I do, lends for a very addictive personality. This is the artist formerly known as Tree. Wes? Now it's just an Egyptian symbol, which I can't read hieroglyphs. I don't know exactly what its name is. Maybe. And for some reason, it has an affinity for the color purple. I don't know why. I am going to waller out the middle of this to make room for a diorama inside of a couple of mountain slopes with a prairie in the bottom, a cabin, some woods, a fence, maybe a windmill, just a little country scene that I thought would look good. Wall it out of the middle of a rotten old log. Little different take on, I guess, what you would call typical wood carving. Getting a little Bob Ross with it. Ooh, there's a branch because there's a burrow right here. That's going to be fun. We'll get to that in a minute. Come over here to greener pastures for a minute. Everybody with the chainsaw. 3 things. I ain't got no damn chainsaw. 2, what if the people that watch this video don't have or don't want a chainsaw? And 3, what's the fun in me taking 2.5 minutes to buzz lines in this with a chainsaw? Yes, sir. Wes, this, my friend, is the booger mallet. The OGs of the channel will know what the booger mallet is all about. The booger mallet came from me getting an ugly comment on one of my very first videos, because somebody had messaged me and said they would start out with wood carving. They had a set of chisels, but their chisels are like the ones we use, Wes, and they had this wooden end cap. And I said, every time I hit that with a hammer, it starts mushrooming this and cracking it. I said, well, you need a mallet. A wooden mallet will give you the thump that you want. And he said, well, how am I supposed to go about that? I said, it's pretty easy. You get your big log, chisel out a mortise in the top, you know, through the middle, shove a handle through it, call it a day. There's your mallet. And this smartass, you just told me to chisel the mortise through the middle of the damn mallet, but I can't hit it without a damn mallet. How do you think I'm going to do that, moron? Okay, some bitch. So I made a whole video. I even went so far as to drive some damn 3-inch screws through the damn thing. Make a mallet. And I made it a point ever since that every time I hit a damn chisel, I'm going to hit it with the fucking booger mallet. Just to show that smart ass that he wasn't as wisecracking as he thought he was. And to thank him for making sure that I think about the accessibility that other people have, because I never considered that somebody wouldn't be able to figure out to hit a chisel with a board or any other piece of wood until you get your mallet made. I neglected to mention that in my original video, and I won't make that damn mistake either. I won't make that mistake again. Thank you to him. And thank you to Booger Mallet for all your work today. Who was making some relatively decent work of this audacious log project that I've given it. And has held up just fine. Did you hear me, Eric? Held up just fine. I digress. Yeah, there was a little drama to it, I ain't gonna lie. I was a little butthurt about it, I ain't gonna lie. And I bent my blade because I was all up in my feelings. But in all honesty, if I'm being serious about it for a moment, I genuinely do thank him. Because it was something that I didn't consider. It is something that made me better. And the Booger Mallet is a reminder for me as much as it is for him. Yes, sir. Sawdust Mafia all day long. I'm going to take a second. Number one, to check the time. 1:30. I do want to take the time to be a little bit gratuitous and mention to you guys the upcoming MikeIsMakingStuff.com. I have most of it embedded at this point. Why am I hitting this with a resin mallet? Booger mallet, come here, damn it. That square corner is what's causing my blister. So let's get my carving knife that I made. We'll take the corner off a booger mallet so it stops boogering my hand up. The carving knife video is on my channel. I ended up making it out of the metal of a lawnmower blade. Here, let me show you what I got going on. It has no problem cutting, carving, and shaping. Now, I admit this is softwood. It's a pallet slat, but it is doing the job. As I learned from my friend Lyons, this particular braid is what you call a Sloyd style carving knife. There we go. That does feel a lot more rounded and a lot more good to go. Probably be a bit more gentle on my delicate tootsies. We are getting there slow but sure. And I think that this video series, which I got the feeling it could end up becoming, will serve as a testament to all aspiring makers that the only thing stopping your ass is you. A little bit of persistence, a little bit of tenacity. And in a little over an hour, you'll make it right about half through a damn log with nothing but a booger mallet and a chisel. Don't let anybody tell you that your lack of tools or lack of equipment is a barrier to you getting a damn thing done. You can figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, by God, get a hold of me. I'll be happy to help you. But the only damn thing that's ever going to stop you is you. The chop on this, I was talking earlier about a little about my background. How the hell I ended up with the mindset that I got. I learned very early in life something had a lot more weight than it does for other people. You hear people say it all the time. Ain't nothing in this life free. And ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. Well, for me, that translated into, if I really want something, more times than not, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it. Thank you, Skadoobie. I appreciate it. The catalyst that taught me that wasn't my doing. It was actually my father. I am an older man. And when I was a child, my dad enjoyed the benefit of being a steel fabricator during the U.S. steel boom around Michigan, northern Ohio, northern Indiana. And in my earlier years, I was spoiled like hell. I was the oldest of my siblings. At that time, I was an only child. He worked in the steel plant along with his father. And if it gives you any idea, back then, my father and my grandfather were making close to $25 an hour. And to put that in perspective, the minimum wage at the time was $2.35. You could get by with a wife and a child off of $100 a week. Aaron, good to see you, friend. So, needless to say, the two of them were rolling in money. And that meant Dad's only son and Grandpa's first and only grandchild got whatever the hell he wanted. And then the bubble popped and the steel boom died out. I guess if I had to equate it to these days, they were probably making, I don't know, $100, $120 an hour. And then the steel boom went bust. And they had to go back to the desert. And get by on minimum wage. And I'm going to tell on my age a little bit here. Christian Dust, good to see you, man. What do you do? I'm doing everything but a chainsaw, brother. Well, when the steel boom went bust, I'm telling a little bit of my age here. It was right about that time that kids changed their mind and didn't want bicycles with 8-panel handlebars and banana seats. They didn't want any of that anymore. They wanted BMX bikes, motocross. Needless to say, Dad didn't have the money to get me a BMX bike when my spoiled ass started raising hell to get one. And being the rude, snot-nosed little shit that I was being back then, I was throwing a fit. I was raising hell. Saying things that I know as a father now would have crushed my spirit. I can't believe you won't get me a BMX bike. It's obvious you don't love me. You used to love me and you'd get me whatever I wanted. Now you don't care anymore. I had asked for that bike during the summer. And I refused, again, like the little shit that I was. I refused to ride my little banana seat bike. I stayed in the house. And I sulked and I pouted. And I broke my daddy's soul. I am chiseling out the center of this because I'm going to make kind of a Bob Ross thing. I'm going to make a diorama. I'm going to make a couple of mountain slopes in here with a prairie in the bottom. Maybe whittle a little cabin in there, a fence. Put a little country scene sitting in the middle of this old rotten log. Anyway, that whole summer went by, and I acted like a jackass to my dad the whole time. Meanwhile, my dad was busting his ass as a dishwasher at a Mexican restaurant, trying like hell to make ends meet. And then for a good 5 or 6 months, he'd get off work unbeknownst to me because my bedtime was at 9. He'd get off work at 11 and he'd be gone till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And he did that for months. And when Christmas came around, there was a BMX bike under the tree. And I thought, is it a Huffy? Is it a Shimano? Is it one of those cool Diamondbacks? It was gloss black with red accents. I couldn't find a brand name on it anywhere. My dad had spent the last 6 months getting off of work, and he didn't have money, but he had the skills that he picked up in the steel yard. And he ran around to the pipe shops, the plumbing fitters, the steel fabricators, and he gathered up scrap. And he borrowed a welder. And he built me a damn bike. If you put it next to other bikes, it was heavy as hell. Because it was made out of like 1/8" Schedule 40 pipe. I learned that year that having money and having tools none of that's going to stop you. If you want it, you can get it. And I may not be carving this log the way creation dusted carve it, or woodchucker, or Baron the Boss Lady. I may not be doing it that way. But Daddy didn't get me a bike the way everybody else did. But by God, he did it. And it's the spirit of that I keep doing all of this, that I keep making these videos, that I keep showing that you don't have to have X, Y, or Z. You don't have to have the same things everybody else does. You don't have to do it the same way everybody else does. You can just do it. So, here we are. Chiseling with you guys on a Sunday afternoon. Listening to the trolls coming in. Telling me how I'm a dumbass. Because I could just do the chainsaw. And the whole time, I think Dad's smiling at me. I think he loves every bit of it. And if that teaches you guys any of the same determination, then hell yeah, that works out. It feels like a shameless plug, but I can't think of another moment that's more appropriate for me to say so. If you'd like what I'm up to, please think about hitting that subscribe. I'm so close to 1,000 subs, it's unreal. 980. I got 20 beautiful, freedom, self-sufficiency, loving individuals left to find. And by determination and by the sweat of my brow, we're going to do it. You want to help a little more, I do have memberships available. I don't ask a lot for it. How you doing, bud? I think the shop minion level that I put up there is like $2. But I like to think that that $2 is a lot like all of those people who decided to give Dad a little chunk of pipe. And all of them kicking in just a little bit can make some awesome stuff happen. Whew! This sucker's kicking my tail. That's right. We're getting there. Show you the progress here. Thank you, Skadooby. Appreciate you. With a chisel and a sawzall, we made a bit of a dent in here. We're starting to get awful close to where I need to start thinking about, like, these sides will be some rocky crags. Then we'll flatten this out here at the bottom and start figuring out where our landscape features are going to be. So not a lot more rough chisel work. We're getting to the point now where we might need to start being a little bit more diligent with what we do. Part of me wants to get after this with a grinder and a flap disc, maybe. I don't know. Most definitely I want to hit this with a grinder because there's a little bit of a burrow here where a branch was growing in. So I'm going to need to power through that because that's going to be hell with a chisel. Other than that, I've been lucky. There's not a lot of bark inclusions. I hadn't ran into anything squirrely. The grain's been pretty much straight. And I am 99% certain this is an elm tree. Or what's left of it. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Making a bit of a diorama, friend. I'm fairly certain this is the old dried up petrified husk of an elm tree. The rings are certainly looking like it. Yeah. Listen, I wanted to get one of those, oh, what the hell do they call them? Arbortex. But anytime I was thinking about it, I wasn't really planning on carving anything, so it didn't really make sense to get one. I did, however, and I rarely. Thanks for stopping in, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Hope you got some entertainment out of it. I did go get one of them squirrely ass discs that go on your angle grinder with the chainsaw on it, or with the chainsaw chain, I should say. Don't do that. Some of you may think it might be a good idea. In my personal humble opinion, that damn thing is an amputation hanging off the end of your blade, off of your grinder. That damn thing is just a disaster waiting for a place to happen. Wes, thank you for stopping in, friend. Hope you're having a nice, relaxing Sunday. Dylan. Dylan, you ought to give them a little bit of context so they understand. If you look at the username on his YouTube channel, it's Stubbs. Because I think Dylan is missing more limbs than he's got left. Let me check my messages because I've actually got some money coming in, I think. For those of you that were paying attention, I may go offline for a second while I check this message. Here we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. If that money comes through, because I finished the bar. Can't really see it, but it's out there in the driveway waiting for old boy to come pick it up. That should give me a little bit of money. I might be able to go try to get some cut wheels. I don't know. Whew. I just might take a little bit of a break. I've been whacking on this thing for about an hour and a half. Thank you, John. I hope that if anything, it kind of lends a little bit more insight as to my channel, why I do what I do, why things look and act and sound like they do. We are getting close. Hey, Charlotte. Good to see you. Damn. Ricker, how much water is down there, bud? Okay, I can't do no more soda. Give me a second. I'm going to go fill up a water bottle. Hang in there with me for a minute, guys. I'm going to go find me a water bottle and fill it up. That Mountain Dew ain't cutting it.
These are.
Oh, no.
Oh, you got it.
I'll just fill it up. I'm fine.
Sorry.
Ain't no need to buy something. I got it right here. Yes, those of you in the chat, I am one of those guys who will drink water out of the faucet. I don't care. But I will put it in a bougie ass bottle so you guys think I didn't do that. I guess I ruined the illusion, didn't I? Ooh. Damn the hits. All right. Let's bring you guys over here. See if I can get you to what I got going on here. Okay. So here's my log. See how that's all rough and crusty and funky looking? I love that. So my idea is I'll slope this down, run this flat across here, run this up this way. And what I'll do is I'll carve out this as features so that this looks like a mountainside. Same over on this mountainside. Then we'll flatten all of this out. And I'm going to use a pencil just for the hell of it. Maybe right about here. Now that ain't going to work. Hold on. It's going to be dark for a second while I go grab something a little more appropriate. I just saw a damn marker. Well, shit. All right. Pastels it is. Because why the hell not? All right. I'm going to open up some pastel here. Hey. Y'all sit tight right there. I know you can't see shit. Give me a minute. I'm going to use an oil pastel here. Because I ain't marine enough to have a crayon. All right. So the idea is I'll maybe put a cabin right here. Right? Then run a little fence. Maybe the fence is busted right there. The other side of the fence. Little pasture down here. Leave in a couple spots for some rocks. I don't know if that makes any sense. Carve some little animals right here. Out in the field. And it just looks like this little valley. All good to go in the middle of this little old rotten log. don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the plan anyway. One of these days I'm going to kick him out of here. Who the hell am I going to kick out of here? Did that make any sense what I was thinking of doing? I hope it does. All right. So now we're going to get into a bit more precision when it comes to the carving. Which means I got to be a bit more careful with stuff. Get smoother with things. And just like carving a mortise, well, hell, I guess you guys want to see what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys can see. Just like carving a mortise, I'm going to start establishing myself a knife wall right where my fence is going to be. And then, now that that's established, I could start evacuating all of this. Well, I don't think I'm quite ready for the knife just yet. Let's just keep on with the chisel. Bevel up this time, because we don't want to ruin the fibers of what will be our fence eventually. Might carve something for a bit. I love that, Lion. If only my carving has inspired you to do it the way I don't do it. Good enough. Watching Mike carve has pissed me off enough. I'm going to go do it the right way just to make myself feel better. Works for me. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Would you guys rather I try to figure out a way to get you guys on this side so you can see my side of things? I will admit it's awful convenient to have you guys over there. And no offense, but kind of out of the way. You're on a whole different game here, buddy. Oh, shit. I mean, I'm doing some shit I ain't never done before. I don't know if I've seen somebody try this before. I mean, I don't have any illusions to think that I'm doing something nobody else has done. I might be doing it in a way that no one else decided to do it. Mostly because I'm an idiot. That's good. And the fence has got a little hinkiness to it, which is good because old farmers that built rustic fence, if it looks straight, it is straight. Good news is my chisel, despite all of the aggressive work, has maintained a pretty decent edge. Although it may be time for me to find a little bit smaller mallet, because this one might have a little bit too much lead in this pencil. But we'll keep trenching this out. What I'm going to try to do is get this to a semblance of something where you can at least envision what it is I'm trying to do. What am I doing? Monterey Jack and bacon. Shit, you making lunch? Make me one while you're at it, shit. As I said before, I believe my friend Lion said that this is a Sloyd style carbon knife that I ended up making. And it is doing a hell of a job as keeping that knife wall nice and straight, so I can establish the front side of the fence. Try to kick that up so maybe you can see. You see this fence line I'm starting to establish right here? Then all of this will come out. This will be open prairie out here. The fence will run across to here. And then again, here's our cabin. We'll see how it goes. Sloyd means making things through necessity, any craft. Okay. Well, I definitely got a lot of Sloyd tools then, I guarantee that. Hell, damn near everything I got is probably Sloyd something. Oh, the heel of my hand is working really well to give me a nice controlled cut for me to save my fence. Make sure I don't go too far into it. My blister doesn't like it, but the chisel damn sure does. Easy killer. I am making a diorama of sorts. I think that's the word for it, right? A miniature landscape. I'm minding my own business. Whoever's shooting out there, let them shoot. But just in case, y'all sit tight. There we go. As long as I keep it off camera, I should be okay. Set that right there just to be certain. Where was I? Okay. All right. Let's keep working easy. Slowly establish the front of the fence. Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all been awful quiet. Everybody okay? How's your Sunday going? Y'all falling asleep? I hope you guys are having a really good Sunday. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. $9.81. Hot damn. Yes, Norm. Thank you for that. 19 more. Beautiful. Making souls. That's all we are looking for. I do get the feeling, ooh, that today's going to be a good day. And I'm going to get the 1,000. I think I most certainly shall. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The noise canceling on my microphone may be really good. Did you hear the pew-pews a second ago? Oh, yeah. That is satisfying. All right. We're starting to get really well, maybe I shouldn't be as detailed as I am just yet. But as this is my first and only time attempting something like this, I'd much rather know now if being able to establish that fence is within my wheelhouse. Because if it is, it gives me the green light to pursue everything else. Like if I can't even manage to get this fence established and aesthetically right, then I'll be wasting my time trying to do the rest of it. I do see a nice, clean, established wall. It is still there. It is still kicking. It hasn't fallen apart. The other thing is I'm looking at this, that fence may only be 1/8 of an inch. Like each of the fence posts will be about that big, right? So keeping all the material on the backside gives me a backrest to prevent me from blowing the fence over with an errant strike of the chisel. Gives me a bit of a backer board to keep all of that intact. Hello, curmudgeon. How are you, Matthew? I'm carving the craziest damn thing I think I've ever heard anybody try. Well, probably not. It's definitely the craziest damn thing I've ever tried. I'm going to cut a diorama into this as if it's a valley in between a couple of mountains. Oh, I am so thankful I got my grass cut yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited, curmudgeon. I promise you, I'm probably going to bugger it up. But I'm going to try like hell. Because why not? Let's learn something new. starting to get established pretty well. I'll kick this up so you guys can see. There's nothing but a couple of smudges on here that I put on with a pastel. But the idea is right here, I've established a clear cut wall. This will be where I'll have a wooden post fence. Right here, I'm going to carve a little cabin. We'll try to carve in some little farm animals or something, maybe some rock formations, carve all of this up into sides of maybe some plateaus or mountains. That's the idea. We'll see how it all works. I got that branch coming out of right here. I may try to wallow that out and make it like a cave or something. That might be a cool land feature. Might be something to enjoy. I have no doubt what I'm doing is ambitious. Some may even say audacious. But in the words of one-time Texas governor candidate Kinky Friedman, you know why I'm doing it? Because why the hell not? I need myself a gouge. I bet I do. Which is cool when I think about it. Hold on. Later on when I get to the detail stuff, I bet these ain't worth a damn. But I do have these. Some little miniature gouges. That might work out pretty well. Now let's try them now, see what happens. Oh yeah. God, are you kidding? Like butter. Like a stick of butter. Oh yeah. It goes, you just gotta wiggle it just a little bit. Oh yeah, those are gonna be cool. Try it though, we ain't quite there yet. Let's take care of some more of this rough stuff. That knot's gonna be the death of me. But I don't wanna mess it up. I want the knot to be there. Because when you're looking at this side of it, it lends some rustic appeal to it. And it furthers the understanding that this is just an old rough log that somebody at some point in time decided to make a little carving in. Mooney! I see building fixed. That means Mooney's in here. Where the hell's he at? I don't see him in the chat. I guess he'll figure it out. He'll show up in a minute. If you're still here, how the hell you been, man? Happy Sunday. No, sir. I have decided to be artsy fartsy. Let's try this for craziness. Why not? Oh, damn, that established a fence line. Hey, now. I'll tell the story again before anybody says anything. Yes, that was a Hart brand hatchet, a $30 hatchet you get from the Walmart. And the reason that I'm using it is because my youngest, one Christmas, many years ago, he was still, well, back in kindergarten, first grade, something like that. He insisted he wanted to use some Christmas money to buy Daddy a present. And he knew Daddy worked with wood. And somebody that works with wood needs an axe. So he bought me an axe. And I love that he did. So here we are years later. And my son is coming in clutch. Thank goodness he got me this indispensable tool. Or else I don't know if I'd have made it through this damn project. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We'll let the hatchet shine later. What I got here is a lot of waste that I need to get out, but at the same time, I need to be mindful of this side right here because I know I want to slope that down and turn that into a rocky crag like a plateau or something like that. And I need to preserve, I need to get rid of the fact that I went 90 degrees like this, like a butt head. And switch it up a little bit. This damn branch. I ain't got no choice. I'm just going to have to blow through it. See what I end up with when it's done. Right time for Ricker. Again, y'all keep Ricker in your thoughts. If you have it in you to give, Ricker, throw your Cash App up there. I know you got one. All of you keep hearing about the hell that's going on in Texas with the floods. It ain't hitting me, but it's damn sure hitting Ricker. And he can use whatever love y'all can throw at him. I think the last thing we're trying to do, wrangle him up enough so he can go down and get a damn sump pump. There it is. Please consider throwing him a couple bucks. Matter of fact, if you were thinking about signing up and becoming a member when I was talking about it before, I'd much rather you take that money and throw it at Ricker right now. He's in a hell of a lot bigger spot to need it than I am. And I thank you if you did. What's up, Boog? Time for work? All right, guys. I made some pretty significant progress on this. I think I'm going to cut the stream from here. I got to take my boy to work. Thank you for spending the morning watching me be tenacious as hell and beat the hell out of this log. I'll probably cut back on here in a little bit. Again, $FAMIE 77. If you got it, throw a cash app over at John Ricker. He could definitely use your help. I love all of you. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Make your future. Take care, guys.